We wanted to make this short video to update you on the current challenges faced by Sussex people and charities in light of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and current lockdown. Before we start, please can we thank you again for your support over the last year, particularly with the Sussex Crisis Fund. All our donors and fund holders have been incredible. You have helped us to support over 400 groups who have made the pandemic just about bearable for thousands of people. At the start of this year, we sought to better understand the current picture of need across Sussex to inform our plans and priorities going forward and to be able to offer quality advice to those who can help. To do this, we surveyed and had responses from over 270 groups supported in the last year. We also held focus groups in February with a variety of frontline delivery organisations covering a range of work, including advice and information services, food and emergency support, and youth work. They gave us the following clear messages. Charities and voluntary groups continue to face immense pressure in 2021, responding to gaps in state sector provision in many areas. Volunteers are exhausted as they continue to work long hours to meet demand. Many local people new to poverty are reaching a tipping point with their finances and are forced to seek help, having never needed to before. They have used up their savings and credit limits have been reached. Many people are using food banks for the very first time. The challenges across Sussex are clearly linked to inequality and deprivation. For ethnic minority communities, on top of pre-existing inequalities, the pandemic has brought further economic hardship. Women face particular challenges over the pandemic, with employment insecurity, pressures of homeschooling, and incidences of domestic abuse exacerbated by lockdown. Children and young people have had their lives turned upside down with home learning, limited contact with friends and extended family, and low levels of physical activity. Many people have seen job losses and reduced employment opportunities. This is especially true for young people. Most of us have experienced our own battles, smaller or larger, with mental health issues that have accompanied continued lockdown and social isolation. Waiting times for mental health services are particularly long just now. Many services, such as debt and benefits advice, have been very difficult to do over the phone or online. Language barriers make online working even more problematic. On top of all of this, the availability of emergency support funds like our own Sussex Crisis Fund has significantly reduced. Many charities are facing closure. If they do close, the vital support they give to vulnerable local people will go with them.
Thanks, Hannah. So you can see the impact of the last year has been huge, and for many people, it's nowhere near over. Whilst the local voluntary sector has been incredibly innovative in moving to online services, a huge gap in provision remains. Additionally, it's very difficult for our local groups to plan and fundraise for projects and to hold fundraising events if they just don't know when they will be able to happen. Groups told us that what they need right now is core, unrestricted funding so they can continue their work, respond flexibly to growing and complex need, and to plan for the future. And you might ask, can the government help? Well, some larger national charities have come together to push for an emergency support fund for the voluntary sector. However, that does now seem unlikely, with Baroness Barron saying last month that the economy is the government's priority now, with no more funding packages available for the charity sector. So here in Sussex, as a result, we are relaunching the Sussex Crisis Fund with what we are calling the support and recovery phase. And once again, we are asking for your help. This time, the fund will have a narrower focus and will make grants across the four main areas our consultation told us are key. That's mental health support, advice and support services, costs associated with providing food and other vital support, and digital inclusion. And we know how passionately the groups we support feel about responding to the challenges we've talked about today, and we want to be there to help them. So we are hoping to raise a grant-making fund of £500,000 through spring 2021. So these are the things that local charities tell us they really need and which they are worried they cannot do without our help. We're very aware that we asked for your help last year and we are so grateful for the fantastic response we received. But please do consider giving or giving again to make sure that our vital local charities can continue to help those who need it the most. Please do contact either of us to find out more. Thank you very much for your time today.